Welcome to Living the Journey.
In this video, we want to talk to you guys about how life is in Bali in 2021. So today we're going to cover several different aspects of life in Bali, and I have a list of it here on my phone, so I guess let's just go through it.
Yeah,
So the first one is Bali convenient.
my answer is yes. Especially in the area that we are living right now in Seminyak. Everything is nearby and you absolutely can find whatever you need here.
Yeah, I mean in Seminyak and South of Bali, you have all kinds of stores, shops, you have really nice malls, you have all kinds of cuisines that you want, different kinds of food from around the world. And it's also why many of the expats live here in the South of Bali. Bali is known for rice fields and waterfalls and countryside. There's definitely very modern malls and shopping centers out here as well. As you guys could see, it's quite busy out here. The stores are open. Quite a lot of people out here hanging out.
On my own, no fixer. I'm gon' ball, no picker. Yeah, I ate those, they live for. Talking on my back, go figure. Whole team eats for spitter. Never was the one to go flicker. No face, no case, no picture.
Next one is housing. How's the housing situation? And
Different types of accommodations from Airbnb to hotel or guest house or resort. And they are all easily to find. You guys can go to booking.com, Traveloka or Airbnb.
yep. And also Facebook groups, you know, like some of the places that we are staying at, you could just go to local Bali Facebook groups. And there's several different ones also in different areas. So you could do like Seminyak Bali rentals or Ubud Bali rentals. And it's really all kind of budget. You could find places as low as like $400, $500, maybe even less USD per month, all the way to several thousands. So depending on what you like, what you're comfortable with, you could find a lot of different varieties of accommodations all over Bali. And also, what we do a lot of times is that we have a kind of a base. So we'll go to an area, so currently Seminyak, and then we use this as a base to discover unique stays and also places to go around the area. Kind of as like vacations, you know, while we have a base
It's
over
like
here.
a weekend getaway for
Like
us.
getaway, sometimes not the weekend either, it could be a weekday getaway. So yeah. The question is the COVID situation. Now, just like anywhere else in the world, the COVID has affected Bali as well. But we found in the last 8 months of living here, life is fairly normal for the most part. I mean, many of the restaurants are open, the malls are open, you know, bars are open, spas are open. So they're using a lot of you know, sanitary practices. You know, when you enter when you enter a place, they'll check your temperature. You know, they give you hand sanitizer and those things. You wear a mask. Overall, they're pretty good about it for the most part.
Some people they got pulled over because they were not wearing masks.
Yeah.
And you will get fined for not wearing a mask here in Bali.
Yeah, and also what's great about Bali is that a lot of places are outdoors, you know, so like many of the cafes you go, you're not really doing indoor dining per se, for most part you're going outdoors. And also a lot of the places that you go to, such as waterfall, beaches, you know, it's I guess less risky than congested places. So I feel like in the last 8 months of living in Bali, I'm pretty thankful about it because it's life hasn't been as affected as many other places in the world.
Yeah.
So now we are headed to the gym, and our gym here in Seminyak is called the Bar. Now when you're living in Seminyak or Canggu, there's a lot of different choices of the gyms that you have, but the reason that we picked this gym in particular is that it's very clean. The equipment and the machines are very new, and they follow really good hygienic rules. You know, everybody wears a mask here, and they're constantly cleaning the equipment. And also the other cool thing about the bar is that as you're paying for the daily, weekly, or monthly for your membership, the personal training is included. So there's always a personal trainer. You can work directly with them, and it's all included in the cost of your membership. So it's pretty cool.
On my own, no fixer. I'm gon' ball, no picker. That I ate those, they live for. Talking on my back, go figure. Whole team eats fun splinter. Never was the one to go.
So how's the food here in Bali? What do you think?
I think the food is amazing. Also, if you go into places where there's expats and more tourists, you have a lot more options. You know, like in here, I mean, you have all kinds of food in Seminyak. You know, whatever you want, from Chinese food to Japanese food, you know, to Middle Eastern food, Latin food. You know, whatever you want, you could find. You know, in Seminyak and South of Bali area, and also Indonesian food is amazing too. You know, a lot of time we just have Indonesian food, local food, so it's really
Yeah.
good.
So like, you can find any type of food here. If you're not familiar with the local food, it's absolutely okay. They have McDonald's, they have Burger King, they have pizzas, they have Mexican food, they have Indian food, and they all taste very authentic.
But I think most people will like the Indonesian food as well. It's very delicious. You know, nasi goreng. You know, that's my favorite dish.
Satay ayam.
Satay ayam too. That's really good. And I love the sambal that they have here, which is this side spicy sauce that they have, and oh, the sambal is amazing.
That sounds spicy to me.
It's very
though.
spicy too. Yeah.
Yeah, and also Bali is known for organic supplies. So for example, like it's easily to find healthy food, it's easily to find fresh fruit and corn fresh juice or something like that. Like they have many different options for you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into healthy food, you have a lot of choices in Bali, especially if you're in South of Bali where we are, or Ubud. That's also an amazing kind of a healthy foodie paradise. So you'll find a lot of good options in the island. So want to cook at home, like we do a lot as well. You have a lot of really good supermarkets, very clean supermarkets that you could go to. At the same time, we have some friends that don't cook at all, and they eat every meal outside, which is also totally good, totally safe, and also very cheap. So you could do either. You know, a lot of people just get by completely eating every meal outside.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The next question we get a lot is what is the currency here, as well as what is the daily budget? You know, the local currency, the Indonesian rupiah, the IDR. So $1 is 14,500 roughly IDR. And you know, the budget again really depends on you and you know what you like to do, because it has a big range. I mean, you could spend very little in Bali, or you could spend a lot in Bali.
lot in Bali,
So
yeah.
it's very difficult to just say what is a budget. Again, most of that is accommodation, depends
Yeah.
on where you want to stay. You know, so roughly for us, when you average out in a month, I would say the places that we book is anywhere from $30 to $60 per night. Again, you could go more than that, you could go less than that.
Less than that,
So
yeah.
this is just kind of but we stay at quite nice places, I would say. Usually it's a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom villa. Easily find accommodation as low as $10 a day if you want it, and they're not actually bad accommodations, they're quite good. So I think the most expensive part of your trip and your stay in Bali is actually your accommodation and your food. So food, you could go as low as $1 out of a room. You could spend more, you know, $4 or $5. You get a really good meal. You know, you could cook at home. But yeah, I mean, accommodation and your food will be the most. A lot of the activities that you do is actually free or very cheap. Like
Very
you go
cheap,
to,
yeah.
you go
A
to a beach,
waterfall.
yeah, like waterfall. It's gonna be like a couple dollars to get in, if that. Gas is very cheap. You could fill up a whole tank, which lasts us typically for a week. And you know, $5, $6 US dollar, you could fill up your tank. So gas is quite cheap here. People in Bali speak pretty good English, so it's quite easy to get around with that. Even if you go to some remote areas of Bali, you could get by. There's somebody that knows English, or you could just use Google Translate.
I think that the communication here is really easy compared to other Asian country that we have gone through.
Mm.
And so, for example, like they also have areas for special like for expat living, like Seminyak, like Canggu,
Yep.
where like you can easily communicate with a native English speaker.
Yeah.
And yeah, otherwise like local people, they are very nice, they're very welcoming, they speak good English, and yeah, they willing to help. And
It's very comfortable. I would say it's very comfortable. Living in Bali and just communicating. We try to use some words in Indonesian that we know, but most of the time we get by just fine using English here.
yeah.
If you don't know what to do in Bali at all, I would say go to our Instagram page, and we have quite a lot of things that we've done in the last 8 months. So check that out.
Put
But-
it right here.
But there's a lot of activities. I mean, besides what Bali is known for, which is like rice field, beautiful beaches, waterfalls, trekking, and those things, there's a lot of different activities. There's water parks here. There's a lot of really cool restaurants, really cool resorts and hotels to go to. So it's a lot of natural activities, a lot of man-made activities. But you have a wide amount of things you could do. In the 8 months that we've been here, we're not bored yet. We've been just in one island in 8 months. We haven't gone out of Bali yet, and I think we could stay another year, and we still have things
We
to
still
discover.
have things to do here.
So
So far, which one is your favorite?
I can't even say. Like, there's so many. Some days we have different moods. Some days we want to go to see a waterfall, so we go there. Sometimes we want to just go to a beach. In the beach, there is also different kinds of beach. You could go to a white sand beach, you go to a black
Black
sand,
sand beach.
volcanic beach. Sometimes you want to go to like a local place in a rice field and eat there. Sometimes you want to go to a fancy place and go to a nice dining area, a dining restaurant, and we'll go there. So really, I can't even say. It just depends on the mood, right? Alright guys, if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe for more similar content about Bali and traveling, and we can't wait to see you on the next video soon.
See you.